Discover the vibrant and fascinating world of Israel through a collection of entertaining and insightful questions and answers that will leave you both informed and amused. 1. Why is Israel called the land of milk and honey? Because it's known for its dairy products and sweet desserts. 2. What's the most popular type of bread in Israel? The pita bread, perfect for making falafel sandwiches. 3. What is the Israeli equivalent of a snow day? A heat day, when it's too hot for school. 4. What's the secret ingredient in Israeli hummus? Love and tahini, of course. 5. What's a common way to beat the heat in Israel? Heading to the nearest beach. 6. Why do Israeli kids rarely get lost in shopping malls? They just follow the sound of their mothers shouting their names. 7. What's the unofficial national pastime in Israel? Arguing about politics. 8. What's the one thing you should never forget to pack for a trip to Israel? Sunscreen, lots of it. 9. Why do Israelis always look like they're in a hurry? Because there's always something important to discuss. 10. What do you call a person who can speak 5 languages in Israel? A beginner. 11. What's the most common excuse for being late in Israel? Traffic. 12. What's the best way to spot an Israeli tourist abroad? They'll be the ones haggling over prices. 13. Why do Israelis make the best tour guides? Because they've got an opinion on everything. 14. What do Israelis do when they're not arguing about politics? They argue about food. 15. Why do Israelis often call themselves the startup nation? Because they start every conversation with, "Let me tell you about my new idea." 16. What do you call a day in Israel without a security alert? A miracle. 17. What's the national exercise routine in Israel? Running to the bomb shelter. 18. What's an Israeli's favorite way to end a meal? A shot of strong black coffee. 19. What's the best way to find the best food in Israel? Ask a local where their grandma eats. 20. Why do Israeli traffic signs often feel like mere suggestions? Because Israelis know the shortcuts better. 21. What's the favorite national dish of Israel? Shakshuka, eggs poached in tomato and chili sauce. 22. Why do Israelis have a reputation for being impatient? The time is precious, and so is falafel. 23. What's the traditional Israeli remedy for a cold? A bowl of hot matzo ball soup. 24. What's the unofficial national motto of Israel? Make it work. 25. Why are there so many stray cats in Israel? Because it's the cat person capital of the world. 26. What's an Israeli's secret talent? Complaining in at least 3 languages. 27. What's the most common reason for an Israeli wedding delay? The bride and groom are still stuck in traffic. 28. Why do Israelis make great improvisers? Life there is full of unexpected turns. 29. What's the key to understanding Israeli humor? A dash of sarcasm and a sprinkle of self-deprecation. 30. What's the first thing an Israeli does after landing abroad? Look for a good kosher restaurant. 31. Why are Israeli salads so popular? Fresh ingredients and a pinch of Mediterranean sunshine. 32. What's the most common profession in Israel? A technological innovator or falafel stand owner. 33. What do you call an Israeli who's always late? Unusual. 34. What's the traditional Israeli remedy for a bad mood? A walk along the beach at sunset. 35. What's the secret ingredient in Israeli cuisine? A history and diverse cultural influences. 36. What's the most popular Israeli pop song about? The love and longing for a better future. 37. What's the secret to deciphering Israeli bureaucracy? A patience and a sense of humor. 38. Why do Israelis often look like they're talking to themselves? They're probably on the phone using speaker mode. 39. What's the favorite mode of transportation in Tel Aviv? Electric scooters. 40. Why do Israelis love going to the market on Friday afternoon? To prepare for the Sabbath. 41. What do you call an Israeli with too much sun? Tan Shane. 42. Why do Israelis always seem so confident when negotiating? They've had practice haggling at the shuk market. 43. What's the best way to blend in as a tourist in Israel? Wear comfortable shoes and argue about politics. 44. Why do Israeli cats get plenty of table scraps? Because their owners can't resist sharing their meals. 45. What's the national conversation starter in Israel? Where's the best hummus place around here? 46. What's the one phrase you will hear everywhere in Israel? Be Ezrat Hashem with the help of God. 47. What's the best way to impress an Israeli? You tell them you love their mom's cooking. 48. Why do Israelis make great innovators? They're not afraid to break the rules. 49. What's the go-to snack for Israelis at the beach? Watermelon with a sprinkle of salt. 50. Why are there so many Israeli tech startups? Because the garage is too hot. They work in air-conditioned co-working spaces. 51. What's the national anthem of Israeli drivers? Honk if you love Israel. 52. Why are Israeli shawarmas the best? Because they're made with a little extra chutzpah. 53. What's an Israeli's response to "Do you want to dance?" Only if you're playing Havanagila. 54. Why do Israelis have a special relationship with their grandmas? Because they make the best chicken soup. 55. What's the first question you'll be asked when you visit an Israeli home? Have you eaten yet? 56. Why do Israelis love outdoor adventures? Because there's always a new trail to hike and an adventure to be had. 57. What's the best way to enjoy a day at the Dead Sea? Cover yourself in mineral-rich mud and float in the saltiest water. 58. Why are there so many Israeli artists and musicians? The vibrant culture inspires creativity. 59. What's the most common debate at Israeli family gatherings? Who makes the best schnitzel? 60. Why do Israeli children always have the latest gadgets? Because their parents are tech-savvy. 61. What's an Israeli's response to "let's grab coffee"? Of course! What time and which cat? 62. What's the first name of the actress who starred in the TV series Homeland? Morna Baccarin. 63. What's the name of the Israeli martial art that combines elements of boxing and wrestling? Krav Maga. 64. What is the name of the Israeli dessert made of sweet cheese wrapped in thin dough? Burekas. 65. Which Israeli astronaut lost her life in the Space Shuttle Columbia disaster in 2003? Ellen Ramon. 66. What is the national park that contains ancient terraces and agricultural systems in Israel? The Incense Route. 67. Which Israeli director won an Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film for Tsotsi in 2006? Gavin Hood. 68. What is the national dance of Israel often performed at celebrations and gatherings? Horror. 69. Which Israeli supermodel has walked the Victoria's Secret fashion show runway? Bar Rafaeli. 70. What is the traditional Jewish food made of breaded and fried chicken or meat? Schnitzel. 71. What's the best way to describe the weather in Israel? It's like living in an oven during the summer. 72. Why do Israeli traffic lights have an extra second of yellow? So you can honk at the car in front of you to go even faster. 73. What's the national sport of Israel? Complaining about the weather. 74. What's the best way to get a deal in an Israeli market? Offer to pay with exact change. 75. Why do Israelis say "just a moment" when answering the phone? It gives them a moment to find the phone. 76. What do you call an Israeli who's always prepared? Unusual. 77. What's the unofficial motto of Israeli taxi drivers? I know a shortcut. 78. Why do Israeli dogs make great guard dogs? Because they bark in Hebrew. 79. What's an Israeli's response to "How are you doing"? Baruch Hashem, blessed be God. 80. What's the one thing you'll never hear an Israeli say? I have too much food. 81. What's the secret to perfect Israeli coffee? It's just a pinch of cardamom. 82. Why do Israelis always carry a backpack? You never know when you'll need an extra snack. 83. What's an Israeli's favorite travel destination? Their grandma's house. 84. Why are there so many startup incubators in Israel? It's because Israelis have $1 million idea before breakfast. 85. What's the official national dish of Israel? A falafel in a pita with all the toppings. 86. What's the most common expression in Hebrew class in Israel? Can you say that again, please? 87. Why do Israelis love to share family stories? It's because they always involve food. 88. What's the most valuable item in an Israeli's kitchen? The spice rack. 89. Why do Israeli politicians make great negotiators? They've had practice at the shuk market. 90. What's the quickest way to become an honorary Israeli? Learn to say "nu" like a pro. 91. Why do Israelis love nature so much? It's the perfect backdrop for a good argument. 92. What's the one dish you have to try in Israel? Savage, it's like an explosion of flavors in your mouth. 93. Why do Israelis always say they're on their way when they're not even close? It's the thought that counts, right? 94. What's an Israeli's reaction when you say it's raining cats and dogs? Let's stay inside and have a nice cup of tea. 95. What's an Israeli's favorite summer pastime? Is setting up the barbecue and inviting the neighbors. 96. Why do Israeli teachers give a lot of homework? To keep the kids inside where it's cool during the summer. 97. What's the best way to spot an Israeli in a crowd? Look for the person with the biggest opinion. 98. Why do Israelis always haggle over prices? It's in their DNA. 99. What's the best time to visit Israel? Anytime. Just make sure to bring your appetite. 100. Why do Israelis never give up hope? Because they believe in miracles, just like their history. Exploring Israel or other countries has never been more engaging. We hope you've enjoyed this journey through questions and answers, and we encourage you to follow our channel for more captivating contents. If you're eager to stay ahead of the curve, subscribe now and join our growing community of informed viewers. Don't miss out on my high-quality content. Hit that subscribe and like button, ring the notification bell, and be part of the conversation.